Can they get better White Fox? That's all I'm saying.
I do agree. White Fox is very important.
Not just for scrims, but in general, playing ranked, I think she's kind of a must.
Feel free to say whatever you want to say, Hamter.
Yeah, well, okay, one thing I will say, initially, if you, like, at the start there where you're kind of shooting at the floor, like, trying to flush them out, because
Talking
you
about
have
this.
control of the space,
Moonkai
yeah, like right here,
668
because
left.
you have control of the space, bridge isn't broke. Like, I guess bridge did just break there. I don't know, did you guys break that, or was the enemy team who broke that?
I think it was the enemy team. But
Okay, so the Shoka's about to say, if the bridge isn't broken and there's someone in that little corridor, it's best to get on top of bridge and then go around kind of the left side, because you have better LOS on them than trying to just flush them out from bottom there, since you can get better pot shots on them. But they broke bridge, so never mind, that's fine.
here's my thinking. They're playing Elsa. They're probably, I mean, they didn't. I saw the trap there, but if I have to use dash to get up to them, I have to use my E to get up to them, and that's the main like 1v1 tool on Elsa. And if I don't have that in an Elsa 1v1, I'm just gonna get slammed. So in my head, it's better for me to try to break this.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Don't try and 1v1 them. Try and just flush them out, poke them out, right? You go up onto the top, you use your E for that, and then you go to the left side of the bridge and just kind of try and poke them out, make them feel a little bit more, because the thing is, they have to use their E to try and engage into you and force themselves into your team, right? Because your team's already right here, your Groot's right there, your support's behind you. So she's putting herself in an unoptimal position if she pushes into you while you're trying to flush her out. Right, but the bridge is broken, so the strat didn't really matter. Right.
Of course. I think this angle here, I wanted to hold this like upper angle, but I just could not communicate it with Karma. If he was playing like Captain America or something, like something more stationary, that could be stationary here. Like it would have been better, but I immediately had to get off because it's my Elsa versus their Punisher Elsa. And they also have a Mantis.
Yeah. No, I get that.
You see, so like I like momentarily contest the height, but then I immediately have to get off. This is my attempt at trying to hold it.
Yeah. You have Dino team up, right?
I do have Dino team up.
Okay, good.
I know how to play Elsa.
I just had to make sure, because there's a guy I know, he has 400 hours on Elsa, he doesn't use Dino team up. He didn't realize how good it was.
Dino team up is broken. It's impossible to lose 1v1 when you have the trap advantage.
Yeah. I know exactly. What happened there?
Lag. It's pink spike.
Oh, okay.
Shit happens. I have shitty internet.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to me there. I think I was low on cooldowns or something, and I just did not get off cart for a moment. But eventually I did. Whenever Ken walked up, I did.
Yeah, it was good walk.
Yeah, I don't know if you were there for that, but my what I said we probably should have done at this point, we should have tried to bunker in here. We should have tried to bunker in there before they portaled. It was that Ken. Okay, I want to take another step back. I think support should have played up so Ken could get healing while he was diving the Elsa. Elsa could have died; they wouldn't get touched. But because they did, I think we should have huddled in here like what's it called, bunkered in there. And when they portal, and they like Mantis ult out of portal, we aren't as trapped for like space. Because as soon as they portal and Elsa comes, Elsa's there, they died, they Mantis ult, right?
Yeah.
Wait, where am I? Do I have to look at my gameplay? Right, we have no space, and then they punish roll.
They punish roll.
I mean, all I can do is disengage.
Yeah, one thing I'm noticing is even though you guys won most of the fights, you guys are down alts. Like you are the only one who has kind of a matched ult with them, with the Elsa. So
we were talking about this. Our supports aren't like ult farming enough. Like our Gia was on Invis and she wasn't doing damage, and she was getting ult super slow. Like their Mantis is 10%, 12% already.
Okay, nice contest.
I tried my best. I was screaming at the. I screamed about the Elsa. I screamed about this. Drizzle should have grabbed this range. That was outside of my awareness. It was just a position to get you.
Yeah, one thing I will say as well, though, I've noticed even in close range, you'll get someone in your trap, you'll have the extra dash to them. I haven't seen you use it once, even when
Yeah,
we
I don't
played
use
together.
that. I don't use that.
You should use it because it's effectively another E dash, but
It doesn't give me elephant gun.
Boost you up.
No,
It
no.
does.
It does give me elephant gun. Wait, hold. Well, actually, I'll try it in a bit.
It gives you
I'll
elephant gun.
trust your words. Okay, that I didn't know. I thought it was just a dash towards them and like it would stop me in their face for like a free E.
That's why.
Okay.
That's why you'll see a lot of the times that people will place their trap whenever they use their ult, and then they'll somehow get like, 4 or like 3 or 4 in a row elephant guns, and, like they insta wipe the entire team.
I see.
Because otherwise, it's useless. It's just a dash.
Elsa is still like a Mickey Mouse character for me. I don't have her loaded, so like. Yeah, I tried swapping Strange here, but Karma took it. I had to watch him walk out.
So the strange, strange deliberation. So the way that I would call him just for future for all of you guys, when you guys are doing a strange TP, you don't comment with just tanks. When you need touch, you need touch. Even if you have a support, doesn't matter. You need touch, you need touch. It is better to TP and get a touch and not have a support ult than obviously to not TP, not get touch. The game's lost anyway, right? So regardless of ults, regardless of that kind of stuff, if the first person to die is a DPS, DPS TPs. The first person dies support TPs, right? That's how it should always be.
Yeah. I want to say that I think I've been like somewhat hammering in that our supports should TP right there when Karma took TP, took Strange, sorry.
Yeah.
I did tell him like I tried to swap the Strange, but I did say support should have TP'd. Support should have swapped. Something like that. You'll see it in the video whenever it comes out.
Okay. One thing I will say as well, and I don't know if this is obviously because of the team, is what I'm noticing. You're not off angling as much. You were kind of main merchant there. Is there a reason for that?
Elsa,
because I didn't like there wasn't too much pressure on them.
It's low key because one, I feel like in organized play I need like somebody to play these off angles with me. Like I can't just be alone. That's one because I'm not as confident on Elsa, and two, I mean, that's really just it. Elsa's like a Mickey Mouse character for me. Like some days I do like infinite damage on Elsa and I feel like I can. So like here, this is me playing like pretty much normally.
Yeah,
like I'm down to.
Right? Like this is like the kind of off angle that I was expecting, like on attack, and then you were like low key main merchant for the entire thing. I was like, right?
It's just, Elsa's still just a Mickey Mouse character for me. I can experiment. You saw me contest high ground, but because I didn't have a tank with me. I just felt like I couldn't do it. Like here, even versus the Elsa, I was asking Ken if he could fight with me, but Ken just did not understand the comment. That's low key on me. I didn't know what I was calling. But no, I don't think it was this moment. It was a moment in the future versus the Elsa still.
Yeah, like what I would also say is like if you're finding that height on attack is a bit difficult to contest, go into like the area back there because you have a health pack. Especially Elsa, you're so mobile. You have a health pack that you can get to really quickly, really easy. It's like in that little.
You're talking about this
like back there, right? Yeah, exactly. Like feel free to go around and go behind. I do that a lot whenever I'm playing Widow or if I'm playing Black Cat and diving and stuff like that. Because you have such easy access to a health pack, even if you're going alone, like I'm telling you that 2 to 3 seconds.
Yeah, this is where I was talking to Ken.
Or DPS. Okay. By the way, you can still like shoot the trap and it gets you out of the trap faster.
No, I shot it there. I shot it there. It doesn't do that. I don't think it does that with the Dino team up. You see, I shot it there. I shot it there.
You did shot it. Yeah, never mind. I'm just blind. My fault. Oh yeah, you're right. It does.
Am I trigger botting? How did I hit the headshot? Am I trigger botting? Check my PC. Check my PC.
Jack is PC, bro. Yeah, I can tell you and Ken were very. Like Ken was like going back. Like I think he was trying to figure out what you were trying to do, but.
Yeah, my comm just did not go through like how I intended it to go through.
Yeah.
See, like what they just did on Elsa, I cannot do for some reason. Like my guns just don't do the same damage that they do. Okay, let me watch that. Let me watch that and take inspiration.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would look at like what exactly, because this is what I'm saying, like this is the type of stuff that I was expecting you were gonna do, right? Where it's like, okay, see an opening, she's Q as her dash, that's disgusting, right? Bang,
Caps
just
for
goes there,
caps for trap.
like it, right, and gets a free support pick.
Wait, I want to see. Let me slow it down a bit as well.
Dude, these keybinds are disgusting. What is wrong with this Elsa player?
Who fucking knows, bro? So
Bro, SC players
hit, right click. So yeah, they were using a lot of cooldowns for it. I think it just doesn't compute to me. The way like I don't know,
think
Elsa
one
my
thing I
Elsa
think
just
that
doesn't do
goes
damage.
with you. Well, I was gonna say, I think for you actually, because you play characters that don't like Hela is like probably your best character, right? And Hela's cooldown management is super, 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 super important. Like if you fuck up a cooldown on Hela, you're kind of cooked, right? You're kind of just dead. Elsa's a character. If you can use every single cooldown to get a kill, you use every single cooldown to get a kill. It's like Spider-Man, right? You should be using as many cooldowns to secure your kills because that's how you win. That's how you do well. That's how you deal damage. Elsa doesn't deal damage unless you're pretty much spamming cooldown. Like whenever I play Elsa, you will see me pretty much use my shift off cooldown because I know I get it back within 4 seconds.
Well, I use my shift on cooldown. I've learned that the hard way. What's worse for me?
That's the thing. When you were on height there, you weren't though. You were just poking out with your regular left click, and then like you shifted out. You used your shift
Okay,
as a getaway
maybe
tool. If you're trying to,
maybe not. Maybe I'm
if you're
not
trying
doing
to,
it in the right scenario.
yeah, like a big thing with Elsa is just like straight up, just spam your cooldowns, use as many cooldowns as possible because that's exactly what she did. She used a ton of cooldowns, but she got a support kill. That support kill is worth 10 of her deaths. You know what I mean?
Right.
So on Elsa, use your cooldowns. Don't be afraid to just to use them, because the thing is, again, you fuck up a cooldown, like let's say you mess up your trap, okay, cool, you have it back in 4 seconds to replace, right? Because it goes away. You mess up your E dash, okay, cool, whatever, you have another dash you can use in 4 seconds. You know what I mean? Like it's not too big of an issue when you're playing Elsa.
I get you. Here on this map, this was awful for me. Like I had no way to off angle because we were running mag.
Yeah,
mag Emma, and they had cap.
yeah, you have no one.
They had cap Psylocke.
They had cap Psylocke. Okay.
So like I did what I could, like not this, but like fighting. Hold on, I'll show you when I do it. I took the off angles that I could when I could. But a lot, like I told my team here, let's fight this side. Like I told my team to rotate this way. I don't think they understood me, but I told my team to rotate this way, so we could fight. Like we could fight the point from this direction. We have a health pack to play off, and we also have hard cover.
Off of hard
Yeah,
cover.
We don't have like too much to worry about. That call I think was good, but we just did not. We just could not do it. Like here, I'm telling my team, let's do it, and I'm trying to cover it, but no, we just end up dying.
Yeah. Yeah, I think honestly, like, again, like I was saying before, the IGLing really needs to be set in stone, and the what comms you're using needs to be set in stone. Like for example, for my team, we have a thing, we just say rotate, and when we say rotate, we look at like what the IGL, wherever the IGL is going, when he says rotate, we just go with the IGL. Like we know that the IGL is going to a position that he thinks is optimal, so we just go with him.
Yeah.
Right. So
I totally understand what you're saying. And I want it to be Drizzle. I know Drizzle's in the call. I think my biggest issue with Drizzle being in the call, I mean, not with my biggest issue with Drizzle being the IGL is that he's kind of just not. Okay, hold on. See, because putting it in perspective, I think. No, I was gonna say that you're not a high enough rank, and like you just don't know like as much, like you don't know how to be, you don't know as many positions that we could take as someone like me or Ken could, right? But I think in relation to like our other tank and like our supports, I think, and the fact that Ken doesn't really play high rank anymore, he kind of chills out. I think you could IGL pretty fine. Like you might be. What do you think, After?
Also,
Because
don't be afraid to like go through. I think it's
honestly
possible, and quite
end up
frankly,
doing it in a
I can
line
go through.
than it
You can
was to
go
be
through.
honest.
Like look at like optimal like placement stuff like that. Like like learning optimal places for the entire team isn't actually that difficult. It's just again it's a game sense thing, and the biggest thing is it's an organized play thing, because obviously. I'm pretty sure this is most of your guys' first time playing a proper organized play. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't count the
yeah,
Rav
that shit did not
DC.
count.
Like I feel like that, like yeah, exactly that shit was not right. So one big thing when it comes to organized play is that like only one person has to know how to position properly. He's usually going to be a tank, and then everyone else just has to know to position themselves around whatever that person says. Which is why, like I said, we have that calm where it's just rotate. Everyone rotates to wherever our IGL is. So as long as Drizzle learns where the optimal spots are, that's all you really need. And then the entire team just needs to play around that calm. That's it for Eats.
I think once
Yeah, I'm
once our
noticing
team stops getting like spawn held basically, or like killed off cooldown, I'll be able to play my usual positions better.
Yeah. I also think another thing, V, you need to stop going back to comfort as much. I'm noticing whenever you get fucked on like Elsa or like Widow like once or twice, you immediately swap to your comfort. It's not like you swap to something else that might work. No, you immediately swap to comfort, which is hella. A big thing with scrims, you should be getting out of your comfort zone, because in the middle of a match, you're not going to have, for example, Hell is a very popular ban.
Well,
Right, Hell gets
here
banned a lot just regularly. You're not always going to have your
here's
comfort pick. You need to be able to be okay with sometimes playing something that's not your comfort, whether that be Elsa, whether that be Widow, whether it be something else. Right,
well
like you
here's the
can't
thing.
focus too much.
Like I know, in that scenario, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about what could work going outside of a portal, and it was just not Widow. Like every scenario
I
in my
mean,
head
I'm not
just
saying, yeah, you
did
don't have
not
to play
let Widow
Widow
work.
Elsa,
Right, but Elsa did not work.
right?
I don't think. I think Bucky. No, Bucky's open. I don't think Bucky could work. I don't like. Phoenix and Cyclops are just way too bad of characters to even pull out, to even think about pulling out. Like
Why
none of
wouldn't
the
Elsa
options
work?
worked. Uh,
Why wouldn't Elsa work? So they have
one, I have no
they,
instinct. Two, I would have no like. It would take too long to find a good place to put a trap down to where like I could set up for a fight. So I would use my shift, be out of a cooldown to be in, like somewhat of a safe position. I would not know where anyone is at, and then I would have to use my my only other cooldown. I would not be able to use the trap on a 1v1
yeah.
with the widow. Like it just would not have
Okay.
worked. Like these characters take
So then
setup.
why didn't you swap off here?
Loki, I had
Like you're
ultra.
still on Hella.
I thought, hey, I'm on Hella, I'm gonna run it.
This is like
That's
one
really
big
about
thing,
it.
because even the last game, but even like the last game, it's the same thing, right? Like
Uh,
you went straight to comfort. You can't get used to playing in comfort. Like that's one thing I learned when I used to be a Bucky OTP, and then I played with organized play, bro. We got fucked because I went back to comfort too much. I went back to Bucky because he was easy, because he was what I was used to, and we get fucked really often. I'm not saying that's obviously exactly what happens, but immediately
right.
going back to comfort in a scrim is the worst possible thing you can do, because you don't give yourself the opportunity to learn. Like you're a
See,
nasty Hella.
I see what you're saying. It's just that, like, honestly, I just think Hella is like the only like workable pick here. Like, I don't think Punisher could work into the Psylocke, but I already tried that. I don't think Punisher is also a safe pick for me. I don't. I could have gone Elsa versus the Cap. It's obviously easier to put a trap on this map than the last map. Way closer.
Yeah.
It's like none of the characters just made sense to me. Like obviously, Hella is a comfort pick for me for sure. Like I'm good at her and I play her a lot, but she's not the comfort pick for me. And it's honestly just because I felt like Hella could work. Like in an MRC scenario, I would have just picked Hella,
Uh-huh.
and not because it's
That's the thing,
comfort.
like yeah, but
Just
no. So what my point being isn't specifically what works with better. I'm not denying that Hella works really well here. And in an MRC situation, yes, you should play Hella because it works really well here. What I'm saying is that what a scrim is meant for is practice. You should be trying to figure out where things work and where things don't work, right? I think right now your thought process is, okay, no, I want to get a point on the board. I want our team to do well. Like that's kind of your thought process. You can't have that in scrims, right? And I said this like in the Hexman chat, like as like a text. The best scrim possible is a scrim that you lose. because it
No, I
shows you
get you.
exactly why what you're doing doesn't work and what doesn't work about your thing. If you immediately default to a comfort pick when you're trying to practice something, you remove your ability to learn how to play your comfort pick better in certain situations. Sorry, how to play your pick that you're not comfortable with in these situations, right? Like, for example, let's say you swap to Elsa here. Sure, you guys might not play as well. You guys might not get a point on the board, but you would learn more about the character, how to play her in this type of scenario, how to play her against this type of comp, right? You would get more comfortable with her so that you have a more diverse hero pool that you're good at. Obviously, Hella's always going to be your best character. She's always going to be your number one. You're always going to be wiping lobbies on her. But having another character that is like, even 70% of the way there, because you've practiced her for, X amount of hours in X different situations, just as you have Hella, is important. So, like, for scrims, don't be too caught up on, trying to get a point on the board. Play what, like, if, for example, the comp you're running has Hella in it, because you want a very poke heavy comp, or you want a very, like, you want to flank with a certain hero, that kind of stuff, that's fine, because you've pre-planned that out. But swapping to Hella because the pick you initially had doesn't work automatically makes the scrim, quite frankly, useless for you. Because you, like, I think we can both agree, Hella's inside and out, right? Like,
Decent
she is
amount.
your character.
So she's my
you don't
third
gain.
highest proficiency. I think I have more hours on different.
What's your first two?
Should be Punisher, Phoenix.
Punisher, Phoenix. Okay, but okay, so
like, I get what you mean. I think I should have practiced Elsa here. Elsa is like the only main. Okay, maybe Bucky as well. Elsa's like the only main role, like main hit scan role character that I do not know. Like, I admitted it earlier. She's Mickey Mouse to me. I can play most of these other characters with a little bit of warm up and like be totally fine.
Yeah.
I played Star-Lord game one.
Because they're very similar playstyles, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's probably my biggest thing with UV. Play things outside your comfort zone, right? Don't default to Pun, Phoenix, Hella when something doesn't go well. If something doesn't go well, and you're like, let's say you're playing Widow, it doesn't go well. I bet swap to Elsa. Elsa's not working, bet swap to Bucky. Bucky's not working, bet swap something. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, learn a melee hero. Seriously, even just one melee hero, and you have it slightly in the bag. Like, you don't have to be amazing at them. Like, Daredevil's a really good, really easy point to start off at. Having that option is the important part. The big thing with Rivals is options, because a lot of characters play very similar. If you get, like, think about it, you're really good at Phoenix, Pun, Hella. What do those three have in common? They're point and click, or like, tracking characters, right? So that's your archetype. So having one character that's outside of that comfort zone, that's completely outside of it, I'm talking like melee character, and then another one, which I think Elsa's probably best for you, where it's 50-50. She has a lot more cooldowns, so she's less about cooldown management and more about where you use them and kind of just, trying to figure out the best way to combo them. But she's still point and click. And then having one melee hero is completely out of your comfort zone, who you're trying to learn to, again, improve your options. Because the thing is, right now, I think this is the issue. Ken is way too melee and specifically, to be honest with you, Spidey oriented, and you're way too point and click oriented. So the second that both of those, like one of each, doesn't work into a comp, you guys don't know what to do. And they won't always work into a comp, right? Like you guys just saw.
Let me look at my playable characters. I get what you're saying.
Right? Like, so if we look here, I mean, you say you play BP quite a bit. I don't really think BP fits into many comps, so I don't know if he's that great.
Get that out your mind. Get that out your mind. At this point, is way too old now. He's a QP player.
So it's like Magic. I haven't seen you ever play Magic. Haven't really ever seen you play Spider-Man.
Give me a good amount of warm up. I can play Magic pretty well.
Is it? Okay, so then practice Magic more. Because honestly, when I was looking at in those games, their supports didn't seem very coordinated. Like I actually think those supports were very, very diveable if you had the right setup, right? And
Okay,
also Cap, like
I'll
Magic,
be
is
frank
a
here.
very good brawler to go into Cap.
I'll be frank here.
Where
I think I'm making like the structure of our team comp way too rigid, at least for the DPS.
I agree.
Right? I'm letting
I agree.
tanks and like okay, I want Ken to play the short range melee characters, and I want to play the medium to long range gun characters, right? So I can leave the Starlord,
Yep.
the Psylocke to him when these are two characters that I can play. And I'm not like if he's on Psylocke, I'm not gonna allow myself to play this character. You know what I mean? Also, why is she here?
Yeah.
That I'm just not allowing myself to do that, which I think because we're not the best team, we're not fighting the best teams in the world, and two, we're not the best team in the world. I think those rigid structures can be broken up a little bit because we can play both of these characters like Elsa or Phoenix.
Exactly. Like there's one thing, like me, for example, me and Uriel, he's my DPS duo, right? We both play Sonic really well. We both play Bucky really well, right? Like if one of us is playing one thing, they can play the other thing without issue. Like there's nothing stopping us. And I think having that as a thing, like I said, you guys are too stuck in your own role archetypes. You're too stuck on the point and click heroes. He's too stuck on the melee heroes. You don't need to have that. You guys can play whatever suits the team best. And having a really wide hero pool helps with that, obviously, but also not locking yourself to a certain archetype helps the most. So even if let's say he's running Psylocke, play Magic. If it'll help the team, if you think that, because I personally think Magic counters Cap really well because she's a very good brawler, right? So for example, in that situation, he's on DPS pool. He should be, to me, the thought process for me, he should be going in and diving that Widow. I was honestly surprised when he wasn't, because that's DPS pool's biggest thing is he's really good at killing point and click heroes because he just fucking flips on them infinitely and they can't do shit. And they can't headshot him, right? Which is obviously their biggest advantage. But yeah, like that is the best possible thing that you guys can do. Is just not be as rigid, and then like you guys really need to lock in with Karma on comms, because I didn't hear Karma calming a single dive the entire time he was on Venom. And I've already discussed this once, so I don't want to harp on him and make it seem like he's the villain here. But like we harped on that a lot last time we VOD reviewed when we scrimmed together, and there was no improvement here. He didn't comment at all, which is going to hurt your team because Venom is so insanely good this season. If you have even one other person who's coordinated with him,
right? I think I wanna cut the issue in half and give another piece to Ken, because Ken is saying that he's saying that the dive coordination should be a given, as in they should just know, like both of them should just know. I think that's not how that works. I've already yelled at him and told him that's not how that works, but like he's like double down, triple down. Yeah. So like if this is the way he plays the game, if this is the way he plays the game, I think for now, for now, I think one, he has to play like this and realize that this is an issue, right? He'll see the issue himself and be like, okay, this can change. You know what I mean?
Or alternatively, he has to suck it up and then queue with Karma until they both are on that wavelength.
Right? I mean, because, yeah, like example, I've screamed at him at least 4 times to do that.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Because, like, for example, I didn't play in it, but Cal Medius and Muhammad, in the first game that we played, they've been playing Rivals together since it dropped, and they've been diving together since it dropped. So they have the wavelength that Ken is talking about, where they don't need to comment. Once Cal Medius goes in, instantly Muhammad knows what he needs to be doing. But they've also been queuing together for almost 2 years at this point, right? And that doesn't just build. I haven't seen Ken and Karma queue like once together.
We've queued as a trio, like early into the server. I know.
I'm telling you.
I'm just saying.
Right. So, yeah. So right. So that's the only time. Of course, they're not gonna be on the same wavelength.
See, he's got a really good point, because it's not just about dive. Like back when I had a Bucky duo, and I obviously played Groot a lot, we had a lot of synergy because we played a lot together. Like when I would ult, he would ult.
Exactly.
And that's not simply just like, oh, like obviously you're Bucky, you should know that. It's like we were duos. Like we played together.
You get,
So
because the thing
it
is,
wasn't like
you
a
start to
question.
notice little quirks of like, okay, this is usually like the situations where he ults. This is usually a situation where he dives. This is usually a situation where he gets out. You start to notice little quirks about the person's play style, and you start to play off of them. That's the biggest thing. So what Ken is talking about is possible. You just need more playtime hours. You don't just build that randomly out of existence. And the unfortunate reality is, quite frankly, until Ken realizes that, and until Karma starts calming it, you guys are going to lose every single dive encounter you try. I'm going to be blunt with you guys. You will not have a successful dive until both those things are done, because you are playing into organized play, and into organized play, solo dive is the worst fucking thing in the world.
I agree. No, I'm like entirely on your side. I'm waiting to edit this video all like with all the other clips together, with all the other video recordings, so they can see it.
I'm curious about a question. What do you think about other kinds of comps too? Because there was a point where I was like, especially against Hulk and Cap, I was like, I don't think triple DPS would have been like super crazy.
Have you guys drafted up like example comps for you guys to run as like a baseline? If not,
No,
I would really
that was an
suggest
idea.
doing so,
That
because
was an idea.
I would really suggest doing
I
so,
think we did
because
at the
I did
very
that for my
beginning.
team, and we've essentially come up with a rough idea of how we're going to play each game for a starting point. And then off of that, we know how every single opener is going to go. The opening of a rivals game is a lot more important than people think, because you can quite literally cap first point on a convoy map if you play the start correctly, like with one fight. Right? And knowing exactly what everyone's playing, knowing how to play around what everyone's playing, and everyone being on the same page, again, is one really big thing. So I would honestly be, if I were you, this is what I did. I got everyone to send me a list of their top 6 heroes in the role that they're on. And then I made 3 comps. I made a bunker comp, I made a dive comp, and I made a like just kind of regular, like your run-of-the-mill one that you would see when you're just playing regular competitive, right? Where it's kind of all around you. You have some dive, some, you know, off main tank, and then, you know, one off healer, one main healer, right? And we use those as a baseline. So for example, whenever we're on attack, we start off on hard dive, right? We always 100% we start off on dive until we go into it. We realize, okay, dive doesn't work. Let's switch it up. If we're on defense, we go hard bunker. Res doesn't work, we switch it up. If we're on dom, we start with the average comp, tailor it to how we need it to be. Right? We have it changed. The starting comp that we have changes based on what the situation is. And again, that helps so much, because everyone has an idea going in before the game even starts, before, you know, timer starts going off, of what the first fight is going to look like.
Of course. Yeah, I get what you mean. That kind of sticks to the like structure limit type I placed on myself. Like here, I pulled out the Starlord because they were running Starlord, and I thought, okay, this would be like a good time to see if Starlord could work with the, what was it, Ken on DPS full. But I was playing Starlord like I was playing like I would play Widow, like on these like maybe like really easy to contest off angles. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's the thing with the comps that you like make up. I think like don't be too rigid about it, because we like literally there was one point we walked out on dive, like when we were scrimming the other day. We walked out on dive, literally within the first 10 seconds got fucked, instantaneously swapped to full bunker. Right?
Gotcha.
Like, don't be rigid about it. Right? And let's say, for example, you know, in the comp that I had drafted up for dive, I'm on Black Cat, Uriel's on Psylocke. There was one point where he was like, hey, what if I try Storm? We keep the same comp, but what if I try Storm this time? We tried it out. We absolutely rolled them. Right? So the comps should just be an average overlook on like, okay, what do we think? Like, what do we want to start off as a baseline, and then work from there, you know, based on what we know about the team, based on what we see on their bands, like that kind of stuff. Right? You use as a floor, not as a ceiling.
God. I'm making a mental note of this.
But yeah, I think biggest thing for UV, get out of your comfort zone, because you're an amazing player. Your aim is nasty, your positioning is nasty, your game sense is nasty, but you retreat back to whatever your comfort picks are way too quickly.
I'm not gonna
Like
lie.
you,
I'm not gonna lie. I have to counter that because like I don't like okay. I want to say I know I'm good at Hella, and I know I'm good at this one and this one. Like I know I can play them. It's obvious that I can play them. But like at the same
yeah.
time, I'm pretty sure this season Widow is just as much as a comfort pick, if not more, than Hella. Right? And I've been
Here's
playing
the thing.
what's up?
Let me explain to you why she is going to become a comfort pick, but she's not yet. You haven't exactly learned the Black Widow playstyle. Black Widow can be played into almost every single comp.
You notice that you're getting
But the
shot
thing
first?
is, like I have literally like in the scrim that we were playing like the other day, they had a Black Widow on their team. She played Black Widow into every single one of our comps and did well into every single one of our comps. Right? We ended up winning, sure, but she was still like she aced every single game on their team. So
I think I use my
yes,
characters
she
like
can
chess
become a
pieces.
comfort pick. But yeah, but that's the thing, right? Like, but like like you play Hella, you would play Hella into almost every single comp when you
Well,
like
that's me running it down
in
in
your thought
ranks.
process. No, but I'm saying like you would play like your comfort picks this season, Hella Punisher. If they're running flank DPS, that kind of stuff, you would play Hella. If they're running dive tanks, that kind of stuff, you play Punisher, right?
For sure.
So you have these archetypes. They are your comfort picks. They are what you play when whatever you're playing doesn't work into whatever comp they're running. Widow can become a comfort pick eventually, but right now, I'll be honest with you, you're not good enough at her. You have good aim, you have good cooldown management, but there are widows again who can play Widow into almost every comp. So Widow's not a comfort pick right now for you. She is someone you still have to learn, which is fair. She just dropped 2 weeks ago. She got her rework, right? Everyone's relearning her. That's not a problem. But I don't think she is a comfort pick for you, because if she was a comfort pick for you, you would be going off of Elsa to Widow, which you don't. You would be going off of Hella to Widow, which you don't. You go to Hella. You go to Punisher, because those are your two comfort picks.
See, like okay, like I get where you're coming from. Like I really do. But like I really do feel like I play Widow into basically everything. I didn't this scrim. The scrim I definitely
You
didn't.
try out Widow and everything. I'll give you this. You try out Widow and everything, but you're quick to swap off. And in MRC, 100% do that. I'm not saying you shouldn't be swapping off Widow if it's not working, because again, you're still learning her. But in a scrim, when you're trying to learn, you should be trying to figure out why your Widow is not working, and then figure out how to play around that. Because again, like pretty much there are reasons why OTPs can climb to one above all. It's because every single character can work into every single comp if you're good enough. So what you need to be figuring out is, okay, why is this character that I'm playing not working into this comp? And I'm guilty of this too, right? Everyone's guilty of it. When something's not working, our instinct is to go back to what we know will work, or what we think will work best. Everyone's guilty of it. It's not just you, it's me, it's Drizzle, it's literally everyone. But one very important thing with scrims is that you shouldn't be doing that. You should be trying to figure out why the play style you're doing doesn't work, not why the character doesn't work.
I get what you're saying. I do
Right?
also
Like I
think
think I think with you, your mentality right now is that I'm talking about MR. I'm not talking about MRC. I'm talking about scrims specifically. In
no. I'm talking
MRC,
about
if
scrims
you're
too.
playing like shit on Widow, if you're playing like shit on Widow, and I see you still playing Widow, I slap you upside the head.
Hey man,
Right?
some
It's
games you
just
just gotta run it down. I don't know.
you just gotta run it down, running it down.
Okay,
Right?
I came
But
into
in
the
scrim,
scrim with the idea of trying shit. I started this game on Elsa because I wanted to see how Elsa would work. And then I realized, okay, I didn't force Elsa even though I feel like she wasn't working or whatever. But I tried the Elsa. I realized it didn't work. I wanted to see how Hella worked. I think this is my first time like scrimming, right? Like this is my first time like scrimming, like organized play as a whole. This is my first time. I'm doing what I can, and I wanted to see what else what my Hella could do because this was game one,
no,
right?
I don't blame you for that.
On also
Right?
added
I get
side
that
note,
mentality.
I'm also trying to let my team play with whatever the hell I play. Like I'm because I'm manager, because I'm like all I'm low key. It's me as the head guy and like Lumi's coach, and then we have our subs, and then like it's like I'm really just like the pinpoint, like the big old guy at the top.
Kind of everything.
Yeah.
Kind of everything.
And I do understand trying new shit, and I tried like most of the characters that I felt like I do agree with the I gotta start playing, like I gotta break out my archetype. I do get that. But I played what I thought my archetype should be for the scrims, and I played them and I tried to see what worked to where when I played them until they didn't work. Like here I was already feeling like, okay, what the hell do I do on this character? Get me off already. But I played it for like another 2-3 lives.
No, I'm not. So again, I'm not blaming you for, like I said, we all do it. I still do it. I did a lot more when I first started organized play. Like I used to do it as much as you do. I would just default, like after like a couple lives I died, it's like it's not working. Okay, let me swap over to comfort pick, right? But what I'm saying is essentially like in scrims, your thought process should never be, okay, how can I make my comfort pick work into this comp? Because 9 times out of 10, you're good enough at your comfort pick to do, like I said, you can make them work into almost any comp because you're good enough at your comfort picks. So it'll work into the comp regardless because you're good enough at them to do that, right? Like I like you're a very humble guy. You need to be more confident in how good you are. Like you can make Hella and Punisher work into borderline every single comp. Like you need to give yourself more credit in that way.
I'm iffy. Daredevil Black Cat's gonna fuck me on Hella. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
But no, but that's what I'm saying. Almost every comp. Obviously, there are some coordinated comps that they're running fucking quadruple dive. Yeah, no shit. You're playing a point and click character. You're gonna get fucked, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get tossed.
That's where the archetype issue comes in, right? But that's where the archetype issue comes in. But what I mean by that is like in this comp, for example, give yourself more credit.
I think Star-Lord could have gone crazy. Now that I'm looking at it, they had Punisher, they had Elsa. Star-Lord could have done a lot.
His mobility is really good. Their backline is Invis Mantis. Mantis is really good, but she's still just as diveable and just as susceptible to it as she used to be.
Yeah, I was talking about Karma. I was talking to Karma about that, like how he should maybe focus on Mantis more. Mantis was the easier dive, especially when you pull out the sleep.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Right. But yeah, like you are a very good Hella and a very good Punisher. You will make them work into 99.9% of comps. Give yourself more credit in that regard, right? Like
this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go over to my heroes page and I'm gonna take off my top 3, and I'm gonna force every other. Okay, I'll leave Widow in there because I'll take what you said about me not.
Yeah. I think take off Hella, Phoenix, and Punisher. And then I would say you're the 3 that I want you to really hone in and get insanely good on: Black Widow, Magic, Star-Lord. I want you to get because the reason why I don't say Psylocke is because Psylocke is like, or sorry, my bad. Widow, Elsa, Magic. My bad, not Star-Lord. I forgot Elsa. And the reason why I say Elsa instead of Psylocke is because Psylocke and Elsa have a very similar thought process of cooldowns, where you can kind of waste cooldowns and still be fine. It's not as much on Psylocke. Psylocke isn't as cooldown wasteful as Elsa, but you can still do decent even if you misuse a cooldown on Psylocke, right? But Magic 110%, you need to know melee character, even if it's just at a basic level of I can play her if we want to do a heavy dive comp, right? Mm-hmm. You should 110% get good enough at Magic to be able to do that. Elsa is, again, just one of those where it's the 50-50. It's outside of your comfort zone, but not too far outside that you're going to feel like you're learning an entirely new different language. And then Black Widow is just way too fucking strong this season to not be insanely good at. Like that's just unequivocally like you should, like if you're insane now, if you're like genuinely, Widow I think can be played into any comp. I don't think there's a single comp Widow can't be played into, even heavy dive, because all you need is one person to help facilitate the Widow if they're running heavy dive, and she wipes. Right, you keep an Emma on top of the Widow to stop a tank dive. She takes out the DPS dive, no problems.
I think I just haven't been in that situation on Widow yet. Like in ranks, I've never been like they go full dive versus my Widow, and then I don't get the support that I need to like kill the things that need to die, and I just swap off because Bucky's just gonna do it
That's
better,
what
and
I'm
I'm actually
saying,
gonna
right?
get here.
Because Bucky's just gonna do it better. Exactly, right. So that's what I'm saying. Your thought process is still in that comp mode of my team won't support me. I need to swap to what I know that I can do well on without support, which is fair because this is your second time playing as a team in organized play. You're not used to it yet. Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, have your team, once your team, biggest thing is once your team starts learning comms, I'll be completely honest with you, you guys really need to improve your fucking comms. I don't know how you guys are going to figure it out. I don't know what you guys need to do. You guys got to figure out something with comms because it should not be as quiet as it is. Like, if you come into ours, honestly, if you want to at some point, like for our next scrim, honestly, I encourage you guys to come in and just listen to how we comm, what we talk, and how we say things. I'm being serious. Or watch someone else's, pro teams, like comms, that kind of stuff. Like, go get examples of how good comms look.
Right.
Because I think that's the biggest issue with you guys right now. You guys don't no one really knows what a good comm looks like because no one's ever played an organized play to know what a good comm looks like. Right? Except for maybe you. I think you know what good comms look like because you're just, again, you're a very skilled player. You have a lot of game sense, all that kind of stuff. But most of the people on your team, I'm not trying to harp on Kenny and Gia. Neither of them know what a good comm is.
Right.
They don't. And that's not a problem of oh my God, you guys are fucking ass. No, they just haven't played an organized play to know. They know in comp that they need to calm they're getting dove. But in organized play, you don't calm that you're getting dove. You calm there's someone looking at me. You calm ahead of time. Right? Like that kind of stuff.
Okay. I think that is something I've been lacking. I've been focusing a lot on improving individual players, like trying to get Karma and Ken to play together, playing with my supports to see how they play and like teach them in VOD review. Like I have a group chat with Kenny and Gia, Laura. Like I specifically, like every Friday I try to VOD review with them as much as possible. Like I'm doing that, but I'm not zooming out where like I'm making team comps, I'm making team plays. The only attempt from my memory that I've done to try that is that I've spoken with the entire team to think of portal plays back when we first scrimmed. Portal plays. That was something I wanted the entire team, that and to make sure that everyone knew how to portal. Like this is something I did, and the only person that missed that was Gia, because she was out, different state.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, right? So make those team comps, right? Kind of learn to make sure your team is good with comms, all that stuff, because I know Ken is very focused on individual team skill and he thinks that that's the main pain point. And I'll tell you this now, a organized platinum team will beat an unorganized GM team 9 times out of 10.
I agree with that.
Right. So yes, individual skill matters, but at the end of the day, if you guys are able, the biggest advantage of organized play is you can have people on your team pick up on the weaknesses that you have, right? So especially with supports, for example, you have two, your support duos. Kenny is really bad at just kind of holding left click and not reload, not having shots all the time and reloading at bad times, all that kind of stuff, right? So Gia can play off that and make sure that she's healing specifically in the times where Kenny is reloading. Gia has really bad cooldown management. Kenny can play off that by making sure to save her cooldowns for when Gia doesn't have any, right? Like that kind of stuff that you just don't see in comp.
I get you.
Right, with DPS, for example, dive. Ken, when he's solo diving, obviously at the end of the day, biggest fault, he can get focused really hard and get slimed. How do you improve that? Karma, calm dive, done. He now no longer gets hard focused and gets instantly blown up.
I had to teach Karma how to soft engage. Were you there for that? I don't know if you were there for that.
I think I was. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that's the biggest advantage of organized play. And that's the thing that's going to carry you guys over the edge. And I seriously, I think that if you guys get good at calming, you guys get good at team synergy, you will bare minimum make top 256 because you guys are all individually, you guys aren't bad players and you guys are bad at the game. Okay. Yes, some of you are a little bit worse than others, but none of you are inherently bad at the game. You guys just haven't ever played in a big organized team.
Okay.
But yeah, like I think
next step is I make the big ass doc where I'm like grilling everybody.
Yes. Yeah, I think make the biggest stock where you kill everyone, and then DM or at everyone in your Hexman chat. Also make a Hexman announcements. I'd say honestly do a Hexman announcements thing where people can't type just so messages don't get lost. And I would message in there a thing being like, can everyone send me their top 6 heroes in their
fire
role?
idea. Holy fire writing.
I thought I thought that's what like a team info or scheduling was gonna be, and then I realized no, people can just like message in here.
Team info was okay back when this server was like only meant for like the team and then like some friends on the side. That team info was gonna be where I put in who's like the starting lineup and like where we talk about what characters we want to play, maybe team comps. Like that was that, and then more people started joining, and I had to limit it to like only our team, and then it just got lost in the mud.
Got you. See, I would honestly just convert that to being your announcements one, and then just announcing things there because like we have like I have just 2 channels literally. I have team announcements and team chat, right? And then team announcements is where I'd be like all the important shit, and it's only me who messages there.
Good comms, because I've kind of been using scheduling for announcements, and people are yapping in there all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Like you put stuff like that's why I said this because like I noticed like for example earlier today you were all right Scrims has been found starts 7 CST, didn't add anyone so no one got a ping, and then it immediately got lost. Right.
Yeah, good comms.
So for example, if let's say I'm on your team, I'd be like when you pinged for like Scrims in 30 minutes, I'd be like, yo, what the fuck?
Good fucking comms.
Got you, bro. I got you.
Low key, I'm removing mod access to this chat.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it can't be removed. Right, I gotta do that deeper in. Okay, I'll do that deeper in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have to.
You have to take the administrator thing off the mod thing. Yeah.
But make sure to put it on my role.
I got you, bro. As you wish, bro.
But yeah, like I believe in you guys, and like I said, if you guys ever want examples of team comms or you guys ever want VOD reviews and that kind of stuff, I'm down for it. I know my team is mostly down for it. Like seriously, Calmedius will VOD review Karma for dive tanks. Calmedius is fucking disgusting at dive tanks. Like seriously, that guy is really good. Use him if you can. He's very good at what he does. Haley is probably the best support player I know, honestly. She is a GM3 peak, but only by choice. She has played in games like she's kind of like, you know, San doesn't go above like Celestial 2, Celestial 1 just because she doesn't feel like it. She's kind of like that. Like she's played with OAA players and has beaten other OAA subs.
Right.
So like Haley's a very good player. If she's down, like feel free, like I can ask her if she'd be down to water your subs.
I think in the document I'm going to put like suggest to talk to this guy because low key, I my plate's already full. If I'm like orchestrating, yo, this guy go talk to this guy when I'm already doing that between team members, that's way too much for me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna have to write it down like a suggestion.
Tell people, tell people like you in the doc, be like, this person's really good. Message Hampter. For example, if it's someone that I know, message Hampter for introduction. Right? Like do something like that, just so people know. Because obviously I know, like it's fucking annoying and difficult to be trying to schedule like 5 different people, and like who they should be getting VOD reviewed by. And if you want a VOD review by like someone who can probably give you more like better advice, because I'm not much of a point and click player, I can ask Muhammad because Muhammad is a really good Hela. He's actually a very good Hela Phoenix also player.
My strategy so if you want the longest time on learning my characters has been watch the pro players pick up on the small things they do, because honestly their gameplay looks pretty much exactly like mine, except they don't lose. And in my head it's legit, what is making the small difference, and it's usually like they're behind this wall instead of this wall, or they're focusing on this person instead of this person. That's how I learn. I think I'm fine.
Fair enough.
My bigger worry right now is
That is
catching up my teammates to me. And I feel like Ken,
fair.
it's easy for Ken to be there.
Yes.
He has to play the game more. Karma can be there. I think Karma has really good potential. I think Karma has the most
Karma's
potential.
Yeah, I agree. I think Karma has the most potential. I think he just needs to be coached more and play the game more, and specifically play with Ken more. Ken, I think for him, he's just honestly, I feel like he's just kind of playing right now for vibes, like which is fair enough, right? But like he's just kind of right, like he's playing the game to have fun and enjoy, which is fair. I don't blame him for it, right?
He's doing the big important thing, which is to learn more characters, and until the rest of the team, until his character pool is the issue, I'm not gonna stress him to get better at the game, because he can not play for like a month or like 2 weeks, and then he can come back, play for a week, and then be just as good, or like at least 80% there, and like still be better than my teammates.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's why I'm not harping on Ken.
That's what I'm saying. Like Ken
Comms is one
to be
thing,
harped on.
Comms is one thing. I do have to get them together, and that's what I'm trying to stress him to do. But Ken just like does not hop on the game ever, and when he does, he's with the one shot instead of like anybody else.
Yeah, I don't know. He's